In this TechQwiks video, we'll learn how to clone a hard drive. Hi, and welcome to TechQwiks. In this video, we're going to cover how to clone a drive. We're going to accomplish this using the application called Macrium Reflect Free. You will be able to download this. It is a free program. The download link will be in the description below. This application does have some paid features. However, they are features we're not going to need or use. For demonstration purposes, the scenario we're using here is that you've got a large spin type hard drive and you're upgrading to a smaller solid state disk. Once the download is complete and you start the installation, you'll be presented with this window. You want to make sure that free is selected at the top. The additional options don't really matter that much. You can leave those as default. Click on the download button. It'll tell you that extra data needs to be downloaded. That's fine. Go ahead and just click the yes button. Then your download will start. You can see the progress down at the bottom. And through the magic of editing, we'll go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to wait. When that completes, you'll have a new dialog box. Go ahead and just click Next. It will copy the setup files, and again, we'll speed this up. Once that's finished, go ahead and click Next on the next prompt. Accept the license agreement. Next. No, we won't register. Next. Next. And install. Most of the default options are fine. And again, we'll speed this up. Okay, once that's done, go ahead and click Finish. And then what we'll do is we'll launch Reflect here. If you get the pop-up for user account control, go ahead and click Yes, it is safe. Click on Do Not Remind Me. Okay. Now, you should see your main disk that you have, but you'll see here that the size is 239.9 gigabytes. What you want to do is click on Clone This Disk. Select Disk to Clone to. Click on that. Choose Disk 2, and you'll see the size there. This shows 124 gigabytes. That'll be whatever size that you have on your disk. Again, this is just demonstrating moving from a larger disk to a smaller disk. Most solid-state disks are smaller than what you normally have on your computer. Just click Next. Click Next. And Finish. Here you can just hit OK, and then you wait for the process to complete. Again, we'll speed this up. Okay, once that completes, you'll get a message that says Clone Completed. Just click OK, click Close. You can close out of the program now. You can close out of any dialog boxes that's come up telling you that new drives have been found. If you look at Computer, you'll see that you now have two disks, C and E. E is the one that we've cloned. Now, at this point, we can shut off the computer and remove the old drive, and you're set. There's nothing else you need to do. However, you have another option. You can leave both drives in the computer, just boot off the new cloned drive, and use the old larger spindle drive to store files. On top of storing files, you have the benefit that if your new drive fails, you can boot off the old drive. One thing to keep in mind though, if you boot off the old drive, any applications you've installed or files that you haven't moved over since you've done the clone will not be there. I'll make a new folder up here at the top right, and we'll call it Old Drive. And the reason we're doing that is just so it's really easy to tell which drive we're booting off of. There are many other ways to do it, but that's the easiest way. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and restart into the BIOS. The most common way to get into your BIOS settings is to hit F2 as soon as your computer turns on. Okay, ignore the fact that it's a little box for the BIOS in this. It's because it's a virtual machine. All menus are going to be a little different. Just look around, you'll be able to find yours. In this one, we move over to the boot menu, hard drive. In here you see the two hard drives. We've got 00 and 01. Now those are going to show up as the model numbers for your own hard drives. All you need to do is switch it. The one that's closest to the top is the one that's going to boot first. Specifically on this, you hit the plus key to move that down. Now you have 0100. So now you've switched the boot order. You just go over to exit and exit saving changes and hit yes. Now the computer is going to boot. And as you can see, the folder at the top right is gone. So that means that we're booting off the correct drive. And if you look in computer, we see that we're booting off the correct drive because now we see local disk C 102 gigabytes free of 123 gigabytes. So that is the new drive, and you can see that local disk F, which shows 239 gigabytes, that's our old drive. The last thing we have is we have the system reserved E showing. That's going to be from the old drive. The reason that's there is it's a partition that the computer uses to boot off of, and it's not showing as hidden since we're not booting off that drive. We can fix that if you click on Start, right click on Computer, click on Manage, Disk Management, and you'll find the old disk where it says System Reserved E. Right click on that, choose Change Drive Letter and Paths, remove for the E, hit yes, and it's now gone. Having that extra drive there won't hurt anything, but it's kind of an annoyance to see a drive there that you can't really use. Removing that drive letter won't affect the ability for the drive to boot in the future either, so no harm to just remove it. It's just an annoyance. Thank you for watching this TechQwiks video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. If you did, please like this video and subscribe in order to be sure to not miss the next TechQwiks video. TechQwiks, technology simplified.